Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Kid Icarus Uprising in the last episode. After a whopping 3 loading screens, which is nothing to someone who's actually played Sonic 2006, we got to the top of the Lightning Chariot base and confronted the Chariot Master himself. He was not unreasonable. He gave us a chance to prove our worth in driving the Lightning Chariot, which we succeeded in doing. His 2 steeds, Foss and Lux, which he dedicated his last years to raising, are now our responsibility. We need their help to break through the barrier on Palutena's temple, which in this episode is where we're heading out to. But before we head out, we do have the extra thing to go over. It's no secret that I am a huge fan of Street Pass. What am I, a horse? I am a huge fan of Street Pass. And in the dedicated Street Pass app, I have gotten over 10,000 tags on it. There is a dedicated Street Pass game that I would like to talk to you about. It's called Puzzle Swap. Whenever you pass by somebody, it will check to see what puzzle pieces they have and which puzzle pieces you have. If the person you've passed by has a piece that you don't, you may take one piece of your choosing from their collection. Kid Icarus Uprising was one such game that had a puzzle panel for this. If you'd like to see what it looks like complete, here's what it is. I just thought it was kind of strange that I had a video that I started off talking about Street Pass and I neglected to mention the puzzle panel, but it is here now. Alright, now, we're not going to quite move out yet. I'd like to go into gear and say that you need to choose a weapon for this that you're good with in land battles. Air battles are not important in this chapter. Technically they are, but you don't get to choose what weapon you use. So, for that reason, I've gone with the Pandora Claws, a weapon that many of you have suggested I use, and that I gotta say I personally am a fan of. Pandora Claws have very good melee combos that send enemies flying. On top of that, their backwards dash charge shot is incredibly powerful. Aside from that, they're pretty much your bog standard claws, but I like them quite a bit. I have not switched around my powers. I think they're pretty good. Like I said, I do plan on showing powers that I've yet to use at a later point. Anyway, here we go. Chapter 20, Palutena's Temple. There is a single there are 2 intensity gates in this chapter, the highest of which is an 8.0. Kill me now. Let's move out! Starting up this flying stage, I recommend that you just don't even hold the stylus and you hold your 3DS on both sides, because that stability will help you.
Chariot will pierce the force field on Palutena's temple. Keep your wits about you. You're moving so fast, you can't afford any slip-up.
Understood.
We'll reach a warp tunnel in about 1 minute.
Ah! My skin feels like it's gonna peel right off.
What was that? You want to go faster? You are the arrow of light that pierces the heart of darkness. This chariot's a real beast. These speeds don't even touch it. Wish I could say the same for you, Pit, but you're such a fragile little thing. But even a pebble becomes a bullet if it moves fast enough. Just be extra careful not to get your butt ripped off in the process.
Don't you worry. I'll show you how it's done.
You sound awfully confident all of a sudden.
How hard can it be?
I guess you'll find out soon enough.
This area, very reminiscent of arcade games of the past, which I am very, very not good at. I'm gonna try to not get my butt ripped off in the process, just like Faridi was saying. You just want to move around. I recommend you keep you grip your 3DS on both ends. It's a lot better to have that stability than to just hold the stylus that you don't need to be holding.
We've reached the warp tunnel.
Yeehaw! Whoa! This is crazy!
Keep your face on. It's just a warp tunnel. It'll take you straight to Palutena's temple.
I know this is a weird time to ask, but I have a question.
What is it?
Back in the Chariot Master's tower, Hades said I was the cause of all this chaos.
You were. You and Palutena.
What does that mean?
Remember the lunar sanctum you destroyed 3 years ago?
Oh! Argon's moon fortress?
You dummy! That place was a prison! And you freed the prisoner, the Chaos Kid. You do know about the Chaos Kid, don't you? It's the most... Oh, you're almost at Palutena's temple.
Wait, what?
Price for impact!
At least I made it through there alive. I hit Christ about a few times, but at least I got through it. That is the toughest area for me. If I can get through that flying section, I will say, ground portion's not that bad. Let's do it!
Ha-ha! Success! You still alive there, Pit?
And kicking! Now to save Lady Palutena! Ugh.
I'll hold on to the lightning chariot for you.
Where'd you come from?
Don't get the wrong idea. I'm not here to help. Stopping Palutena's your job.
That's fine. I don't need your help anyway.
Hello again, Pit.
Lady Palutena!
Now how did you make it through that barrier? It seems you're not the helpless, sniveling little thing you were before.
You have to stop attacking the humans!
No, Pit. Don't you see? This is my atonement for my greatest sin. I let the people grow arrogant and betray the heavenly order.
Oh, jeez. You're just figuring that out now?
You're not yourself. The Lady Palutena I know would never say something like that.
Please. Angels cannot truly know gods.
I followed your orders because I trusted you. I can't even count all the times I risked my life for you.
What a sap.
I trusted you because I knew you were on the side of justice and light. Something's blocking that light now. This isn't the real you.
Someone cue the strings.
Hey, would you mind holding the commentary for just 2 seconds for Reedy?
Why, yes. Yes, I would. These are goddesses you're talking to here, Pit. Watch your tone.
Butt out, Phosphora. The goddess of light has turned dark. Skyworld is destroyed. Everything is wrong, and it's up to me to make things right.
Oh, Pit. You never change, do you? You're just as naive as ever.
I'm not naive.
Don't get me wrong. I appreciate how easy that's made things for me. But you have to understand, the past is gone.
Fine. If that's the way you really feel, I guess I have no choice. As the captain of your guard, it's my duty to save you from what you've become. And if saving you means defeating you, then I'll do what I have to do. So, Veridi, tell me about this Chaos Kin you mentioned earlier.
Oh, right. I almost forgot. Little is known about the Chaos Kin except for this. It takes its victims back to its nest, the Chaos Vortex, and consumes their souls.
Well, that's disturbing.
It melts them down and then slowly chews away at them. Even more frightening is the Chaos Kin's ability to control the soul's owner.
Does that mean that Lady Palutena's under the Chaos Kin's control right now?
It's very likely. And as for who turned you into a ring, who would be capable of such a thing, you yourself admitted that Palutena's put you in some very dangerous situations.
She must have been acting under the Chaos Kin's control, but there's no time to think about that. I have to save Lady Palutena before the Chaos Kin consumes her soul.
You think it starts from her head or her feet? Big bites, tiny nibbles.
Wow, Veridi. Just... wow.
Ugh, it's creepy just thinking about it. Let's not think about that. Let's think about saving Palutena. We gotta go through a temple, we have lots of Centurions, and some underworld army to deal with. I recommend you focus on the Centurions, as they tend to have more health than the underworld soldiers. On top of that, I'll also say this, the Centurions, while they have a bit more health, I find that their patterns are a lot easier to learn than some of the underworld army. So for that reason, whenever you see enemies of different factions battling each other, I tend to focus on Centurions and then pick off the underworld forces, because the underworld forces just tend to be mono-wise and stuff like that. Stuff that helps you do damage to them, but doesn't really do a whole lot to you. So I'm okay with that. As you can see, I'm at full health. Like I said, it really is not that bad if you know what you're doing. Hot spring over here, but more importantly, guess who's here?
Sorry I'm late. Thanks for clearing the way for me, Pity Pat.
Hades!
Oh, great! It's Mr. Personality.
I just want to get this out there. The Chaos Kin doesn't work for me. It seems it built up quite the grudge being locked away in the lunar sector.
So when I defeated Arlon, it got loose.
If only I'd been there at the time. Or Arlon should have explained the situation. But you know how reserved he is. Well, that's all in the past. Arlon posed a threat to you, so I can't blame you for defeating him.
But I can, because the Chaos Kin didn't just get loose on its own. You set it free. An overgrown mouse is quite a handful, even for me.
I don't understand why anyone would create such a hideous monster.
And who made you the final arbiter on which creatures live and which ones die? The Chaos Kin might not be as soft and cuddly as you, Pity Pat. But you can't just wipe out every living thing that doesn't suit your liking.
Technically you can, especially if you're in battle.
Can't argue with that.
Just so we're clear, I'm defeating the Chaos Kin to save Lady Palutena. Not because it's really ugly.
Well, at least if he has guns, or rather claws, he's using them for the right purpose. Over here, we got all these prison cells they were talking about earlier. We got a Pluton sealed in this one. If you're willing to risk it, you can get a bunch of hearts from defeating it. It will steal a weapon from you or some kind of treasure that you've picked up if it manages to get a hit on you and you let it get away. On top of that, if we head down here, there is a Komedo and yet another Pluton plus a treasure chest. Oh, no, 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 no! No, you are not getting away. You are not getting away. You are not getting away. Well, that worked well. Okay, at least we didn't take much damage. Well, I'm not really too concerned about getting the treasures. I just mainly want to show chests and where they are. As you saw there, that Scuttler Mage. As we opened up its cell, it went through the wall. If you go through the wall with it, yeah, illusion. There is the Zodiac Chamber of Palutena's Temple here. How funny! She had a Zodiac Chamber in her domain the whole time, and she never just gave us what was in it. You get the Capricorn Club, which isn't one of my more favorite things, but still, every bit helps Palutena. She could have at least given it to us when we were on her side. It's almost like she didn't want us to succeed if you think about it like that. But as we head up to here, whoa, hey, I did not mean to go down here. This is actually the room where you have that marble that you can hit if you want to take out all the enemies very quickly. I'll meet you guys back up there because I didn't mean to run down here. And we're back. Seems like a running trend for me to fall down into pits over and over again as of the past couple of chapters. I guess that's why his name is Pit. Okay, no, not really. Well, I don't know, maybe, because fall damage was really, really bad in the original Kid Icarus. Maybe that's what they were going for. Right here! Juggernaut! I recommend you use one of your Mega Lasers on this thing because this Juggernaut has the ability to rotate and it's in a very confined space. This is probably the worst Juggernaut that you will ever fight. Well, technically the best Juggernaut because it's doing its job of being annoying for you to kill. So, that is what I'd recommend doing for that one. Use one of your Mega Lasers to weaken it and then just be very cautious. See, I lost half my health there, but still, you do get 2 food items for defeating it, so it's not like that's really a bad thing because I'm already back up to, well, yep, full health. So we head up out here into the light. Palutena's temple is just ahead. Let's head there.
Yes, falling would certainly throw a wrench into the plan.
So is getting tossed around by the side winds ahead. My, Pity Pat. Palutena must hate you even more than I do.
This isn't her doing.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
What is this? Everyone pick on Pit Day? I don't want to hear anything you have to say, you fake. And I'm not going to let a little wind stop me.
Everyone pick on Pit Day is every day in Kid Icarus Uprising, I swear. Every day, Pit gets insulted, he gets made fun of, he gets hurt by the people that are frankly on his side. I don't get it. Maybe people just find him annoying, like the generic hero that the hero that he is. I'm not really sure. But, of course, picking on the main hero is always what makes people laugh, so that's probably why they do it. This wind can actually knock you off. If you are low on health, you will just outright get finished if you don't have enough health to keep going once you get down to the bottom of the pit. So, be very careful there. However, luckily, there is an exotank here, making it so we don't need to worry about health. Let's just blast through these shulms. And while we're on this exotank track, because I'm just going to be running over enemies, I gotta say, one little detail that just does not get enough appreciation in Kid Icarus Uprising is the fact that, yes, you know what Palutena looks like for most of the game. You know, you see her portrait down there, but you never physically see her. And the first time you physically see her is this. It adds to the severity of the situation so much, and I love it. It's so good. If you want, there is another exotank that will fall when you get over here. It's basically so in case you fall off or you get finished or whatever, there is still one here for you to take. I recommend switching over to it just so you can replenish the health of your exotank while you're heading through here so you can just blast through the bad guys without having to worry about blowing up.
Excellent job, Pit.
Excellent might be overstated.
Hey, Hades, don't you mean excellent? Haha! Okay. Even in the face of danger, I gotta still joke a little bit. I mean, after all, we are in the presence of Hades. Up here. This area can be really, really nasty. If you're gonna use your Mega Lasers anywhere, I recommend right here, as it's not really important later in the stage. Once you step up here, you are gonna get a bunch of Centurions that spawn, including a Centurion Strong Arm. You just want to keep your distance, be very, very careful. I find that if you have a bit of a better ranged weapon than this, or if you have a bit of a more range-oriented weapon like with bouncing shots, like a cannon, it's kind of good to just sit down on those stairs that you came in on and just camp there while you shoot. If you do that, the enemies will have a hard time coming after you. You got a Juggernaut with Centurion Strong Arms, which is kind of the worst matchup of enemies that you could hope to be facing. So I recommend that you grab these items, you use your Mega Lasers, use your health recoveries if you need to, brief invincibilities are also nice, and yeah. Oh no! Oh. I was doing so well and I screwed it up. I thought I was going to be able to do it. And wow, I really didn't have that bad of a time the second time around.
All right! Finally time to save Palutena.
Save Palutena? Don't you mean crush Palutena?
Go home, Hades. Just go home.
This is it. Time to confront Palutena at long last. It's been a long road getting here. Before we head there, there's a treasure chest that spawns here after defeating the Juggernaut. Let's not waste any more time. Let's go forth and save Palutena. Let's go towards her temple!
So, you're here to fight me, Pit?
No. No! I'm here to save you!
The Chaos King is close by. I can feel it. You have to locate and destroy it. However, be sure not to hurt Palutena.
But I thought the Chaos Kin was like camping out in her brain or something.
Look carefully. Above her!
No, you don't need to look up there.
Nice!
Yeah, that's it!
I can't believe it! I did it!
Pit.
Are you alright? I didn't mean to hurt you.
Pit! Behind you! It's heading into the Chaos Vortex!
Faridi, you have to help me fly right now!
Of course! Now what?
Out of the way, coming through! Me too?
Don't worry, I got this.
What the? There's no time to talk about it. We have to go help Palutena now!
He's absolutely right. But first, let's get you back. You've been through a lot, and you probably want to save your game.
Even in the most dire of situations, they can't help but break the fourth wall. Always the case. Burst Blade, Angel Bow, Capricorn Club, Lightweight, Auto Reticle. All that's fine and good. However, there are a few things that I'd like to show in Palutena's temple that are a bit unusual. First of all, you might have noticed that I took a 5.0 intensity gate and bypassed an entire exotank segment. This is what that looks like. It's pretty standard. You're just kind of going around and sidewinding a bit. It's just kind of a plain area for you to go through with an exotank. It's not like we really missed anything special, but I'm sure there were plenty that were curious about it. On top of that, there's actually another way for that boss fight to end. Veridi told us to be careful not to hurt Palutena. I had a couple of stray bullets hit her. But what happens if you shoot Palutena too many times?
Which part of "don't hurt Palutena" did you not understand? Seriously, focus on finding and attacking the Chaos Kin. Listen for the Ah!
No! What have I done?
Yeah, everything just comes to an end because you killed Palutena. She really doesn't have that much health either. She isn't that strong. Her attacks hurt a little bit, but it doesn't take that many shots to kill her. Even the Chaos Kin's not that strong, and it seems to have more health than she does. So, yeah, very dark way for the story to just end like that. But you can kill Palutena if you shoot too wildly. That does it. Next time on Kid Icarus Uprising, we're heading up to the very chaotic Chapter 21, the Chaos Vortex. See you guys then. Maybe now we can really save Palutena when she needs us the most.